Sorry, mid-bite.
I hope they know I'm a hungry bitch.
We'll get to it in a minute.
Are we using government names?
Yes.
She said no face, no case.
Your face is already all over the internet. What we gonna do now?
I'm dead. I'm gonna be famous.
So,
Y'all caught me post-glove.
post-glow.
Oh no, pre-glove. Wait, what is it? It's pre? Pre-glow?
Alright, sorry. What are you talking about? After glow up or
Before.
pre-glow up?
Pre-glow.
you?
Post will be
I'm
after.
24. I'm 24.
And interesting
Candle
fact
night.
about yourself?
What are we on the first date?
Anyway, she's boring. Go ahead.
Girl, this ain't no fucking Tinder bio. Move it along.
So she's saying she got nothing interesting about herself. Anyway.
Facts. I mean, I'm hanging out with fucking 19-year-olds. Like, come on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm NE. I'm 19.
What's your name?
Anai, okay.
Anai.
Anai, I'm 19. Interesting fact over that? I'm pretty boring too. I have a small business.
Bro, this ain't the first day of high school. Like, come on now.
Icebreakers.
Hey, she becomes a teacher and all of a sudden, introduce yourself.
Hey guys.
I mean, interesting fact.
I fucking hate it when they
What's your family like?
I don't want to get into that. Anyway. Alright, I'm Victoria, and this is how we related. This is my bestie, Anai. This is my sister.
This is my bestie.
And we tie like these.
Like
For
these.
lifers.
Wait, like these.
Like these.
Like these. Oh, like these.
Y'all forgot to include me.
That's so true. I included you from the beginning.
Like these.
Say that.
Why am
Why are you throwing up four? Where's the fourth?
Miku in the back.
This is Loki. We tend to call him Oni. I'm
Oni
a
boy.
punk slap your ass.
Do it, bro.
He's
Cancel
got a lot of
first.
names. He's got a lot of names. So
Oh,
if
what's
you
he?
hear us say something, chances are we're referring to that little motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wait, can I cuss on this podcast?
Yes, we cussing.
Oh, cause fuck.
Yeah, we've been at it.
For me not to cuss don't take a lot.
Can I have pepino?
My pepino?
I'd rather have her pepino.
Here you go, man.
Thank you.
You want one? Sorry, Loki. You need to watch your face, man.
Interesting fact about me, I'm that bitch.
Who gonna tell her?
It ain't gonna be me.
I'm Zaya.
Okay, so what do you
No,
wanna?
I eat.
I need.
Oh my god.
That's gonna go down in history, man.
For real.
Can y'all believe this? That's exactly how I introduced myself in class too.
Dear.
No.
She said,
Can't even hear.
that's the point.
Oh.
She be like,
Okay.
"Speak up."
Why I look like that?
Why are you the darkest out of all of us?
Cause I'm dark, bitch. What the fuck?
You won't get us canceled already.
I just said I'm dark.
Said she can be dark. We love dark.
Probably.
It's called diversity for a reason.
Diversity is crazy.
Alright. We all some type of Latina. Mexican, Salvadorian, Mexican.
Yeah.
You're full Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you?
Mixed hoe? Mexican.
Oh.
Just Mexican.
Mexican, more like Mexican.
Different daddies, you feel? Just kidding. Different sperm donors. Anyways, we don't talk about it.
Anyway,
We look alike.
get into
We look
that.
alike.
Let's not get into fathers.
Yeah.
What fathers who?
Not 'cause that stuff.
Oni? Alright, so
Continue.
setups in my Cribbington, my room. chair on the bed, gaming chair, stool. We live, laugh, love.
This is the same stool I give haircuts on.
Oh yeah, she cuts my hair.
Interesting fact.
Oh,
I
that's
fade
close.
you up.
That's also where I gave her a haircut once.
That shit was. It
I'm
was
still
good for
trying to
like
cor-
a week, and
I'm still trying to correct that error.
she is. Look at the layers.
To be fair, it was her fault. We had cut and it looked okay, and then she was like, cut some more.
And now I got short ass hair.
Y'all can watch the video proof of that on her.
On my
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yo.
There's video proof of that. And I was like,
Unfortunately.
I'm closing my eyes like this.
She said, and I said, why you closing your eyes? I should be closing my
I
eyes.
said, at least do with your eyes open.
And then
Hey,
she was
'cause
wheezing
she
like a
said-
tea kettle.
Oh, I remember that shit.
And then there's that free frame of dumb bitch number 1 and dumb bitch number 2.
Oh my goodness.
I think I screenshotted that.
Not
Oh.
work emails.
I'm getting work emails? Oh, no.
I'm getting work emails.
Anyways. Oh, that actually opened my
So,
camera.
what are our topics?
Let's figure out our fucking podcast name is number 1.
Mm.
Alright, we got initials VAA.
Val? Ava?
Ava? Ava?
Ava?
We got Dumb Bitch Trio. We got Besties in a Hoe. That's what you said earlier.
No, it's crazy. You're like, which one's the bestie, which one's the hoe?
Guess we'll never know. It's the number 1 champion sound.
Just kidding. Tori would be the only one that wouldn't be the
By
hoe.
default.
By default.
Hey, I'm in a relationship.
If we use our context clues. I don't know.
Don't
Hey,
be
we out?
unfaithful. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I kid.
I kind of started my.
Yeah, what's up?
that shit will fuck up my teeth.
Thanks, man.
But thanks, man.
Oh my god, we're all kind of like in a situation.
Nah, Tori's is a full blown
I know.
relationship.
Oh yeah, this ain't no situationship over here.
Mine is a situationship.
Yeah.
Mine is
Mine
I
is
see my boo in 2 weeks.
Mine is a beginning ship.
Beginning ship.
I would classify it as that.
Huh?
I would classify mine as that. Beginning shit.
Beginning ship. Guys, we need to talk about
Oh, okay.
what's our podcast name? Gringa uno, gringa dos. Morenita uno.
Diversity. But the
Oh,
TY is TEA.
yeah, that's a good one.
Explaining that every time is low-key crazy.
No, we could just spell it out like that.
Diversity. Let's see if let's do some research. Anyone named Diversity?
That's
What
all
about
pops
local
up.
E?
So we got the opposite of that. T-versity.
T-versity.
T trio. Trio T. Triote.
Trio.
Huey Dewey Louie. No, I'm just kidding.
Cute. That's already what it.
That was one of my group chat names until somebody wanted to go fucking block me.
Psycho
hope you're
loco
watching.
crazy.
Okay.
I feel like I'm sober.
Pee pee. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the word. Pee pee poo.
Pee pee poo.
Why you back
In
there?
lowercase. Beep, beep, boop, boo.
Oh, dead. Pepino.
No.
No. Can I be the no?
Hey, that riff was hard.
Pepino.
Pepino. Dele Pepe.
Pepino's kind of random, but also like kind of fit.
Kind of makes sense for us, man.
Pepino.
Pepino. P's capitalized, so we're just PPP.
Pee-pee.
Pee
Pepino.
poo poo.
Pee-pee-poo. Pee-pee-pee.
Ooh, excuse me.
Have you guys been watching Pepino lately?
Not when you say it like that.
Y'all kept up with Pepino. Yo.
No. When I left
Yeah, they're not gonna watch it like that.
Y'all
Watch it.
y'all kept up with Pepino. They're gonna be like, I took a little bit of Spanish and I know that means cucumber.
He's gonna come up with cuckoo a number.
Cuckoo number.
Oh my god.
That should be our name. Cuckoo.
Why does it make me look like I have dark ass fucking
Cuckoo.
eye bags?
Like, what about like
What reality is? Why does it look like I have
what about like cuckoo talks?
Cuckoo talks?
Yeah, so they say cuckoo.
Mm-mm.
So there's someone there like, there's someone there in the background like, she's like, are you gonna tell her or am I?
We're gonna have something good that's good for like a TikToky.
And you were supposed to
Something
say
that catches on.
Something that's catchy. What is it? You got this thing and then caca it gets the red.
it's like bitch shut up.
I need to shut the fuck up.
Come here, Oni. Come here.
She's like, girl, what you can't.
We named ourselves Oni.
Oh, and on.
Oni. O-N-I.
Her.
But that also means demon in Japanese.
Okay, let's not do that.
Oni! I swear that's not why we started calling him Oni.
Alright, demon. He's such a little sweetie.
He's so cute, what the heck? He's like, yes. Why he look like that?
And now he's looking a little demonish. The demon's
Don't
starting to
make
pop
fun of
out.
his double chin.
We all
Not
got
that, you had his eye like this.
His eye was like.
He was like, tweaking. We trying. Don't think on my feet, bro.
I'm using him as a napkin.
What about feet pics?
Somebody Google a podcast.
Nah,
name, please.
you know it's crazy because when me and fucking Yolanda did our feet finder, you wanna know what I named our thing?
What?
Sexy floor slapper.
Four Rivers.
Oh
That's
my
actually funny.
god.
Did you guys actually get revenue? Did you post anything?
Fuck no, dude. That shit's hard. You gotta flirt with these men.
Y'all just put pictures of your feet. That's it. See, that's
Tell me
all I
why
do it.
she hits this guy up who has like a profile of some bright shit, and she's like, "I got something bright for you." It was her cousin's toes, and he was like, "Oh, do you now? Like, I like this, I like that." And I was like, "Ah, hell nah." Cause you were too into it.
Not
No,
the
you
toes.
went too far.
But the rippers away. Alright. So what you want to talk about?
Me. I'm just kidding.
Moving on.
Dumb bitch.
Next
to get a life.
conversation.
Only has 2 friends.
I hope you don't classify yourselves in that. I'm sorry, you.
As I stand, only has 2 friends.
Just kidding.
Besides me, do you only have 2 friends?
Yolanda, Favi.
It's
Kind of where the line is.
She's
You
like,
know what?
okay,
It's not about quantity.
It's about
It's about that quality.
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 I hate that
We're all like quality.
Quality.
Hold up.
Nah, because if I did that, I did that.
Bro, you ate that up a little bit. You still did that in one day, in one day.
Mhm. I was talking about my friends and whatnot.
Let's see, we good?
Okay, what I'm seeing for quality is, I think it's a eating place. But
Fuck the eating.
it could be quality talks.
Hey.
Hey, cheers. Let me double check Google Chrome.
We gon' pepino to that?
Pepino to that, bro.
I did drink it.
Oh.
I got the shit.
Can I go change my shirt?
Yeah.
Like,
Like, that kind of reminds me when you told me I look like the guy that. Okay, actually, on that, have they found the submarine?
It
bitch,
imploded.
they have not.
It imploded.
Wait, what?
Imploded.
Imploded.
From the
instead
inside
of
out?
exploding, it goes. Pew!
How? Was it crushed?
It was
By,
like
the
lack of
It was-
oxygen in it.
yeah. They found the ruins. They found debris. They found debris near the side of the Titanic.
not the debris.
And yeah.
All the fucking memes have been killing me, bro.
No,
I think one that was like, we're going straight to hell for all laughing at these submarine jokes.
No, that's exactly what I was like. That's kind of fucked up.
My
though,
favorite
'cause-
one is
To be fair, who pays $250,000 to
Oh,
fucking
God.
go underwater in a fucking thing that's one bolted from the outside, two is on a fucking like DIY game controller. Have you seen the fucking controller?
I
You
know.
seen the
I
reviews
haven't
of the
seen shit.
Amazon controller?
Look,
Have you
Bestie,
seen that one?
Bestie, you need to see this.
That-
I haven't
funny.
seen anything about it. All I know is that there were people stuck on it.
Well, they're not stuck on it anymore because they already officially declared them dead.
And y'all making videos about
Before
this.
billionaires.
And then the 19-year-old kid, bro, that shit's fucking crazy. This is what it
What?
was.
This
Wait, what?
gaming controller with almost 100 one-star reviews on Amazon is used to operate the missing Titanic sub. The multi-million-dollar
Did you see that shit? Look, hold on.
This
This is what it looks like.
They was doomed to lose.
They literally put it on an Xbox controller. No, not even. It's
That's
like a
a PlayStation.
PS3.
No, people were like, they were going down and the control went, the Bluetooth device.
I've seen that shit. I've seen the one where they did the Amazon reviews on it. Have you seen that one?
No.
Hold
I've
on,
seen
you
it, I'm
have
like,
to
bro,
see
the
it.
controller using for this shit is on Amazon for $35.
You're fucking joking.
Nah, I'm being so dead ass right now. And it was bolted from the outside too.
While Americans have been
There were
distracted
people were like, this sounds like a DIY
by a
project
rich
gone
guy
wrong.
who got
It
lost
was
in a
like,
submarine, quietly
I
in the
opened my thing first, and this is the.
While Americans have been distracted by a rich guy who got lost in a submarine, quietly
Rich
in
guy,
the
rich
shadows,
guys.
US regulators approved the sale
I'm pretty
Wait,
sure
of
the
synthetic lab-grown meat.
it wasn't
to the
even
American
approved as a
Ew.
submarine.
Gross.
It wasn't even approved to like actually like function. And there was a 19-year-old on it. He went with his father, and the 19-year-old was like, no, like this, I don't feel good about this. Like I don't want to go down. And he went down because it was Father's Day, and his father really wanted him to go with him.
That's tough.
Imagine being 19, you're like you don't even want to go to the submarine just to end up. Damn.
Dude, that's literally our age.
Exactly. I was like, damn, I can't imagine, bro.
That's crazy.
Me
bro.
personally, I'd be like, you know, I'd rather not have a father now.
You don't.
100
You know what? That's enough. That's enough coming from you.
Ma'am, you're on our podcast. What are you doing? No, I just nothing.
No, literally my hope for you people is get fucking
Anyways.
submarine videos, bro.
To sum it up, the video that I saw, it was like, it was the fucking Amazon reviews on that fucking controller, and it's like, yeah, I use this controller, and it ended up getting me killed, and I was like, oh my god. It was fucking hilarious, though.
No,
So shit,
the
maybe don't sign that and go down.
No, because they literally signed a waiver that mentioned death a couple of times. I would have been like, yeah, that's enough to get me not to go, man.
What the hell?
Go
And then
down
another
on your
one,
own.
another one was like, you realize, like, no women are going down there.
Was there no girls on it?
No, it's not,
And
man.
it's 4 guys. 4, right?
5.
5?
There was the 4 millionaires, and then there was the 19-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Who pays
Tough shit.
$250K? Bro, that's some really like fucking DIY ass project.
Mm-hmm.
Per
No.
person?
Per person.
Per person.
That's wild.
To die.
Max 100 for me.
And then it literally said, oh, y'all paid for the full
Titanic experience.
experience.
Because that's why they were going underwater. Like, look at
Another
the
one,
Titanic going.
another one said, what the fuck was it? Oh my god, I forgot what it was. Continue on.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I was like,
Oh, that the ticket wasn't a round trip ticket.
They should have paid $250K to come back up.
That's so terrible. Why are you laughing at that?
Yeah, we're going straight to hell. See you
Oh,
later.
Hot and Fiesno.
Yo, I know y'all laughing too. Me honest, you know you're cracking up.
Anyways, what was our hold on,
Quality
let me
talks.
backtrack.
Quality
Oh yeah,
talks.
quality talks.
Sorry, they gonna cancel me.
Mm-mm. Baby, you might.
Alright, let's talk about something. We talked about the submarine.
Crazy.
Submersive.
The boys would bring a remote controller down to control the boat.
The Bluetooth device.
Damn, that's so crazy. So it just went
Basically.
See,
tough.
Kind of like,
Tough. Shredderines.
Shredderines?
Yeah. You
Like
can't
a
go for
submarine, but a shredderine.
sure. It's called a submersive. It's not called a submarine.
They couldn't even afford a real fucking submarine.
Child.
That's like Elon Musk's fucking flamethrower. That's not a flamethrower. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy.
Flamethrower, not flamethrower?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm out of the loop. Yo.
Elon Musk's. It's because you can't necessarily have a flamethrower. Like you can't. It's illegal.
Uh-huh.
So like the way he got away with it is saying, "Oh, it's a flamethrower. That's not a flamethrower."
It's not a flamethrower.
But it's a fucking flamethrower. You know.
At that point, just get a lighter and a bottle of hairspray. You'll be good.
Girl, I did that before. I thought I took off my eyebrows.
Why were you doing it? Were you doing it towards you?
I mean, I don't know what direction I shot it in, but it just shot. And that's
You
it.
got
Anyways, no, today I was
Moving
at
on.
work. Today I was at work, and let me paint a picture. We're walking down the aisles, right? But like towards the back, so all the aisles are down like that, but we're walking in the back, right? And there's this mom who has like, I think it was like 3 or 4 kids. I can't remember how many. Anyways, they're all very young. One of them is like screaming at his mom. It was a guy. It was a boy that screaming at his mom, and I was like, Jesus Christ! The other 2 have 2 fucking pool noodles, and they're just wrestling with them. And I walk by and I tell Yolanda, I'm like, I fucking hate kids. And in the same exact moment, she's like, oh my God, I want to kill them. And I was like, bro, do it now. No, I'm just kidding. And then I was like, I just want to fucking drop kick one of them on their ankles, bro.
Like,
Yeah, ooh.
I need to stretch.
I don't like kids.
No.
We don't like kids.
We don't
Why?
like kids.
Well, my mom's best friend staying over. She has twins. Another little boy that's like Christian's age, and then a teenager. So the teenager's not that bad. But tell me why these twins, like, oh my lord, bro. They were
Twins are
jumping
always
on
the worst.
Paola's bed. They were jumping on the bottom. Exactly.
Snack number 3.
They were like holding on to Christian's bed while also jumping on Paula's bed. I was like, Lord. Their shoes were all in my room. My curtain was pulled out from behind my bed. And I was like, y'all want to get beat up, bro. I will drop kick a child. I do not care.
She ain't wrong.
Like, you could be 5, 6, and 7 years old. I'll drop kick you.
For legal
We're not
reasons,
gonna
she
do
can
it.
that.
For legal reasons, I'm just kidding.
I'm like this close. The only
these
thing
kids
holding
are-
back.
I'm one pool noodle smack in the face. It's all hands right there. No, and then the other day too, I was on the fucking cash register. Mind you, I don't remember getting on the cash register. And there's this guy who's like paying for his stuff, and he has like a fucking 3-year-old. Still not talking, so I don't know how young they were. And I'm scanning shit up, right? Quiet as fuck, because I don't feel like talking to you. You don't feel like talking to me. We'll keep it you know what I mean? Keep it civil.
Don't tell me hi. Don't ask me how
We're good. You know, I'll get you in, I get you out. You pay for your shit. We ain't gonna fight. And anyways, all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere, I'm scanning shit. Went like that. And I was like, girl, it took my breath away. And I was the one screaming at the top of my lungs. And I was like, oh my God. And here he goes. This kid is fucking yelling. Just fucking like that scream that deep within the lungs. He's just... What the
I
fuck?
would be like, bro, you need to get your kid an exorcism.
For real. Because it was out of fucking nowhere. That shit was wild. I just couldn't wait to fucking get his ass out of there.
Anyways, me and my boyfriend went to Cracker Barrel.
Yup.
And we went to eat breakfast. And we're sitting there, we're waiting for our food. And this little girl, she's like, out of nowhere.
No
And,
one's anything.
like, everyone was just looking like, what the fudge? I couldn't see the little girl. They were like at a corner table. And then like a couple minutes go by. And then también otra vez. Same thing. And I was like, dude, I was so annoyed. I was like, I just want my food and I want to leave.
No, because I saw you bring that shit home. I opened that shit because I be going through people's leftovers. That's like my thing. And I was like, ooh, I don't want that. I don't know what the fuck it was.
It was chicken and dumplings.
Girl, I don't know, but it looked like fucking alien.
No,
Movie
literally,
was
when we
in
went
there.
to go eat
It wasn't
today.
that bad, but
Yesterday, we went to go eat. And it was like empty. We were like, there was like 3 tables in there. I was like, ah.
Where?
It's right there, right where you were. There's only like 3 people. And this man was like, she was about to sit us somewhere else. He's like, can we sit in the back? And I was like, Mommy, you want to get this sketchy ass corner, bro? There's like spider webs hanging and stuff. And I was like, girl. And we sat down. He's like, I just don't like having my back to people. And I was like, well. Because he was sitting against
And you
the
said,
wall.
and I don't like ordering, so I guess we'll compromise.
I guess we'll call it even.
I was saying.
I
So
definitely
this is
knows about him.
So this was happening like the whole time we were eating. And then they get up to leave and go pay. And we get up to leave and go pay because we were already done with our thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going. And I kid you not, this little girl's running around everywhere.
I would've.
All over the place. And I was like, dude, seriously? And then she started screaming again. And like they weren't doing anything about it. And she would bump into me and I was like, I'm about to fuck up this kid.
They don't ever do nothing about it. That's just annoying.
It really is. I was like,
Yeah, I would have been like,
no, back in my days, I was doing some shit like that.
no, if smack me, I would have done some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do shit like that because I saw this one get smacked for doing shit like that. For hurting brother.
I personally got first-hand experience of getting
Mostly
smacked like
brother.
that.
No,
I saw
brother.
Henry get smacked for doing shit like that, so I said, oh.
Uh-huh. Ain't gonna catch me like him.
Nah, my brother did the same shit and he never got in trouble. So when I did it, I got smacked. I was like, okay, man, I guess.
I had double standard.
I was the kid that asked for snacks.
You still do.
She said, to this day.
Who the fuck brought these snacks?
You. Now she has adult money. She indulges in her inner child.
Bills.
Bills.
Mm-mm.
No, because that's tough. I'm about to be 19. It's about to be bills.
Are they gonna make you pay rent?
Most definitely. If I already gotta start paying my own insurance.
Oof. Oh shit.
That really is rough with me being a full-time student and doing the 2 jobs. I'm not gonna be able to make ends meet. I'm just gonna move. Pussy purr.
You're just gonna move?
Huh?
You're just gonna move? So I gotta be in Virginia extra hard?
Yeah, just stay there, move with me. I told you, I was crying the other day. I was driving.
I'll be with my bookie, you'll be with yours.
Yeah, I was driving to, because we went to go pick up his grandma. This annoyed me. So, not the fact that I had to pick up his grandma.
Well, I was like,
You
damn.
gonna watch this, watch out.
Okay, so like,
Sorry, Jahari.
so like, we were going from his house and I was like, hey, I'm hungry, let's get something to eat. And he's like, oh, let's go to my dad's house because my grandma said she made albondigas
Excuse me.
or whatnot. So we're going and like, I'm expecting food because like, a bitch is hungry. You know, while I'm hungry, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. I get in my mood.
Hangry.
So.
Angry is an understatement.
That's why I said y'all want snacks.
He said, we don't need that on camera.
So then, I'm driving my whip because obviously he doesn't have his car now because he's getting painted. So he's been using his mom's.
Okay. I
So,
didn't
like-
know that. That was new information.
So I'm whipping it. We're going to his dad's house. We go there. First of all, I don't like going to his dad's house. And the reason is smoke. They smoke. And you know me and smoke, like I get headaches, I feel sick. And
with that
especially,
inhaler out. Mm-hmm.
especially on an empty stomach, girl.
I'd be extra
So we're
angry.
there, and we stop there, and then his dad's like, "Oh, she's not here. Like his grandma's not there," which I'm like, "Okay." And then so like we didn't get food, which I was like, "Okay, let's just go pick something up." And then his dad's like, "Oh, can you guys go pick up? Here's grandma." And I was like, "Okay." So then I went.
You
picked
said,
him
let
up.
me tidy up Freda a little bit.
Freda wasn't bad. It's just Freda on the outside's bad. The front's bad, but she can't see the front. She's in the back.
But you don't need to see that.
So then I had to go drive all the way to go get her, drive her back home, and also when we went to go get her, like I was waiting forever in that car and I had to keep moving because cars were trying to get out and I can't just be in the middle of the street, you feel? And I was like, oh my lordy lord, we go. She also smelled like alcohol, and I don't like the smell of like alcohol. I don't know.
Day fade, I get you.
We're making small talk, but it's also hella awkward because I don't speak Spanish like that. Y'all know I don't speak Spanish like that, and also I had no clue what to talk
Girl,
about.
context clues.
I had no clue what to talk about.
Oh.
So I'm just sitting there awkwardly. And she's like, yeah, comieron? No.
No.
Like, no, I didn't eat. That's why I'm like, I'm upset because I'm driving
Mira la
everywhere
sacate.
but to get my food. So like
La
almost an hour passes by.
You go.
Sacate.
Sacate?
Sacate.
Grass?
Sacate. Yeah.
Sacate.
Mira la sacate.
It's piso.
No, but I'm saying like she's driving by and you can see the grass. You know?
Mira las nubes. Yeah, stick your hand out the window, please.
I'm dead.
Let me just. Anyways, so.
Wait a minute, pause.
Who was I about?
A small talk, awkward. You're hungry. Have y'all ate?
An hour passes by, so we finally get her to her house. We drop her off, and then I'm like, okay, what are we gonna eat? Cause I'm hungry as fuck. Choose Jack in the Box. Choose La Villa. Oh.
Sorry.
I'm gonna censor
maybe
it for
I
like
should.
30
Maybe
minutes.
I should go like change this shirt.
Again? That's the second
I'll be
shirt
back.
change.
I was telling my story.
Keep going.
Go ahead, bestie. Talk your shit.
Anyways, so I'm like choosing, and then he's not choosing. I was like, okay, fine, we're getting La Villa, and then the one we like to go to is already closing at 9:30, and I was like, okay, so like choose one that we're gonna go to, and he's like, okay, what about the one on White Lane? I'm like, the one on White Lane's too far, like the one's closer to Chester or Union, or closer to your house, and I'm gonna have to drop you off soon because I gotta get home. I got a curfew. You feel? So I'm like driving, and I'm like, can you like input the nearest La Villa right here? And he's like, oh, which one? I was like, context clues.
One?
I don't know, one of them. And so he's not doing it. I'm trying to do it while I'm driving, and then I end up passing like the La Villa, like I was going the wrong way, and like I'm frustrated because I'm fucking hungry, and I threw my phone, and I was like, I'm fucking tired of this. So we go, and we ended up eating at Lonchera because I was like, I'm too fucking hungry for this shit. So all in all, I don't know where that story came from, but I fucking hate being hungry.
I'll be honest, I don't know where that story came from either.
I don't even remember we were talking
It was a
about
journey.
before this.
It was a journey and I got lost.
I had something to say.
Um,
I forgot.
We started off on kids.
We transitioned though.
But I don't know
where were we talking about how you were
Oh,
fighting with-
Virginia! So we're driving to go pick up his grandma.
Anyway, dumb down. Goddamn, knocked off my weave.
So we're driving to his grandma's house. And I was like, look, like, if I'm going to Virginia with you, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking miss my sister. And I was like, you don't understand.
Sorry,
I was
Annie.
like,
Just kidding.
no, he said,
Sorry, you love her.
I do love her. No, okay, because the reason we were talking about her, the reason we were talking about her is because he's like, how do you feel about you going to Germany with you know who, right? Because if he gets shipped out. And then I was like, no, don't fucking say that. I said, that's international.
Germany?
I was like, that's international. I was like, no fucking way she's gonna do that. She can't leave me like that. And then,
See, the only reason why I don't leave, because, you know, let's say, you know, who says, okay, we'll move. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not necessarily, like, the situation. It's more of my job, you know? Because, let's be honest, my job pays me really good to fuck around.
Fuck around and find out.
Sorry if you're anybody who knows me saying this, you know? But, like, my job pays me very good, and that would be the only thing is, like, I need to make sure I can afford my bills. You know?
mm-hmm.
That 2023 it's sitting nice, but, like, them payments,
I'm not saying it's so nice.
they're there.
I started talking about that. And then he's like, so now you know how she's gonna feel when you leave. And I was like, I know she's gonna miss me. And I was like, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna miss her just as much. And I was like, I was crying. I was like, you don't understand. Like, I love my sister. And so that's how we got on the topic. Because we were talking about Virginia.
Because I'm gonna miss you fucking dumb bitch.
I'll go with
Dude,
you,
me,
you dumb whore.
me and her are gonna miss you so much. We just gonna lay in your bed and cry.
My bed ain't gonna be here.
Ambulance.
We're gonna leave.
Come over.
We're gonna lay in the room in here.
She gonna leave Miku. Here's Miku.
I leave Miku on my bed. Y'all bitches are on the ground.
She's trying to close the door. She's like, no, I'm not leaving those either.
Yeah, stupid. No, but for real. Yeah. That was like another like main drawback like of why I don't want to go to Virginia. Because don't get me wrong, I want to be with my boyfriend, but like all of you guys are here. So like if he gets deployed for 3 months while I'm in
Yeah.
Virginia, you know, and then he comes back later to Virginia, that's 3 months. I'm
Say,
alone.
wait, where's
None
he
of you
getting
guys are
deployed
there.
to?
We're going to Virginia. But while he's in there, he might get deployed somewhere else. But his permanent will be Virginia for then. But he might get deployed like 2 months or 3 months every now and then, like every half a year or every year. So that'd be
So
2-3 months.
with, you know who?
I'm not sure.
Because I know he wants to go to Germany.
Real bad.
No, he really does.
Mhm.
Germany is like one of his big
Well,
ones.
my brother's going to Italy for a year. He's gonna be out there for a year.
Anyway, so that's what I was saying now. I was like, you gotta understand, that's 2-3 months. I'm alone. Like,
Yeah.
I won't have any of you guys at all.
I'm a FaceTime.
And then he's like, just come with me. I'm like, you don't understand. I gotta fucking work.
Mhm.
Like, I can't just be like, I'm gonna take 3 months off of work.
I'll see you in 2-3 months.
Get a
Or
little part-time
school.
job out there. I mean,
But if he's constantly getting deployed
wait,
to
can
different
you
places,
do that though?
what?
Can you work at a state? Out of the States? No, huh?
You can work on base.
Oh,
Honestly, I don't know how it is like that. But I don't want to live on a base.
yeah.
I don't. Unless I'm in the Air Force. Then I'd be paid, you know, for doing my
Yeah.
thing. But even then, if that happens, then we would get deployed everywhere together.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to join the Air Force.
Yeah.
You feel?
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that laughing. And then also work, because, you know, I work with Dad. So that's also another thing. I'm just like,
I don't know. I know, like, eventually you're gonna leave. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Can't say you're not.
I mean, for me,
I mean, I would hope, like-
my career is like taking me a little bit everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, y'all.
Exactly.
Like with my school stuff, like once I finish my 2 years or like 2.5 years, because you know I fucking switch majors like it's nobody's fucking business.
Live up, love.
So like with my major, like what I want to practice, like there's none of that shit here in California, because most of the
Yeah.
animals that I want to practice on, they're not legal in the state of California. Because I
Girl,
want
what
to
the fuck
practice
you working on?
exotic animals, which is
Oh.
like all kinds of.
You wanna work
different
on
stuff.
Louis?
Chewy Chew Bear? Might as well.
Tell me if
But
he's
yeah.
healthy.
But yeah, I want to work with exotic animals. So obviously, like most exotic animals in California, in the state of California, are illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, if I really want to practice exotic animals, I'm gonna have to go
She gonna have to go
You
far.
know how to dip.
Uh-huh.
like Florida type shit. Except that I want to go to
Florida's not
Florida because
Yeah.
I don't think I want to go to Florida.
No. That's another one of the problems.
Fuck them alligators.
Because they
I don't
have,
Gators.
I was checking out
Tree
some
schools.
universities over there, and literally one of the schools has a whole separate school for just business. And so they also have the like a specific Masters of Accounting program dedicated for accounting majors, because there's so many accounting majors there. And I'm like, hello, that's what I want to do. So
Yeah.
there's also like that positive
Well, that's why,
about
like,
going.
That's why, like, with Iowa, like, I wanted to go to Iowa, they have, like, a whole program for it. It's not just, like, combined with everything else. Like, oh, yeah, you're just majoring in animal science. It's like, oh, yeah, you're majoring in animal science, but there's also this program on the side that, like, you also
It's
have to
for-
complete, and it's,
yeah.
like, it's for this major.
Exactamundo.
Does my hair look too crazy?
No.
Bitch, you look crazy.
I am
Crazy
crazy.
for you?
I mean,
So eventually I'm probably not going to be in California either. So I feel like we're all always going to be close, but I feel like we're not always going to be
I'll
close.
buy you a 1 week trip. Both of y'all.
You gotta pay the back trip.
It ain't included. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll figure out a way back home.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind going to Virginia.
Get a week off.
It's not like I can't. That's the only thing that like holds me back from like moving anywhere is just my job pays me very well, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
And why would I want to go work a minimum wage job, especially in other states that like the minimum wage is pretty low. You know.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, I think we just, I don't know. I feel like career-wise, we're all headed in very different directions.
I don't know what I'm doing in my life.
No, but it's
You want to be a little animal scientist? She want to be a little business tech?
That's not
I know what it is.
okay. Anyways.
I want to be in real estate.
Me?
Yeah, yeah.
That's like my side major.
Oh.
Real estate's kind of ass. Low-key. Accounting. I want to do accounting.
Accounting.
Bookkeeping,
Work with
specifically
numbers.
business
No,
management.
but like, okay, so it's so weird because like I have this plan, but this guy like oh my god, I don't even know how to explain. Because like we were talking about, like we were at Hard Park and I was like, oh my god, I love trees, and he's like, why is that? I was like, I always just found nature so beautiful. I was like, because like these trees I've seen people come
Hey,
and
she
go.
hits him with the.
I was like, because these trees I've seen people come and go, like somebody could die and like these trees are still gonna be there. And he's like, yeah, he's like, when I get older, he's like, I wanna, obviously he's already 19, but he's like, when I like have my own, like, he's like, when I have my own land, he's like, I wanna plant like a forest. And he's like, so I could leave something behind. I was like, wait, that's like really like, but like that's things like, I don't know, it's kind of like, we're kind of going in the same direction, but he wants to have like, he wants to do like real estate, like he wants to have houses buy houses and then rent them out.
Yeah.
See, we
That's
do
not-
that
that's
in a
what
lot of
yeah.
places.
So that's what he wants to do, and like for me, it's like I want to do animal science. Obviously, like I want to have my own practice, and it's just like it's kind of going in this direction. He's like I just want to have a house with a big land, and he's like I want to have my dirt bikes, my motorcycle, and whatnot. And I'm like, that sounds kind of cool. Like,
If y'all become a thing, ask him like if he could teach you how to ride a motorcycle. Like throw it in there somehow.
they're like, hey, how down would you be?
I'll pay like $20.
No, he wants to teach me how to ride.
it.
And I'm like, he's like, come on. He's like, you could be in the backpack. He's like, and I'll show you. And I'm like, yee. Because we were talking about his bike, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to start learning more about motorcycles now. And he's like, okay, you can start off by learning how to ride. And I was like, only he'll teach me. And he's like, of course. He's like, you'll be backpacking, I'll show you. And I'll be like, okay, man.
She said backpack.
Hey, but I'm a little too scared, so we're gonna have to slow down a little bit.
Me with learning stick. I still haven't gotten there.
Nah, because y'all motherfuckers need to learn.
What? Stick?
Yeah.
I want to learn how to drive stick. My uncle used to drive stick.
Next episode, learning stick.
Next episode, we're in the car. It's just the camera's
Just all
right
three
there.
of us, and someone's gonna be real squished in the back.
I'm just gonna take a nap.
Someone's gonna be real stressed.
I'm gonna be like, you're breaking my engine.
You just hear.
You just
The car's choking.
Car's joke is crazy. Okay, I get tired, yo.
You're always tired, yo.
I am.
How many hours are we in?
I don't fucking know. It's probably been like an hour though.
It's like, yeah, it's been like an hour because we started recording like at 12.
Yeah.
Something.
My leg. This bitch don't want to hit the gym. I'm here dying.
After all the fucking things I ate. So when you go to Virginia?
I don't know. I'm not going unless I'm married. Fuck that.
Her ate that up. She said, if I'm not married, I'm still here.
You're. If he doesn't marry me within the next couple months.
Months is crazy.
No. Okay, hold on. Here's the difference though. Married
What?
under the church.
Pause.
Married under the church, I need years because God's a whole different story. Amen. Married legally because of military benefits is another story. So like, I've been with him a good amount of time.
That sounds kind of sus.
I want to marry him, but like,
Chat, y'all hear this?
I think she doesn't mean like necessarily like, oh, she's gonna marry for military benefit. No,
No,
don't get it
that's
confused.
not what
Don't
I
get it
mean.
confused. She's marrying because she wants to be like near her boyfriend,
yeah.
and she just in case like he gets
Y'all
deployed
are
or something.
really
like,
committed to this bit.
Me?
No, like to just marriage and like relationships. I don't know. I just started taking this shit seriously like that.
bitch, you
Yeah.
on
Like,
your
yeah,
first
this is
date,
literally
like
my
calm
first
down.
day. That's
I didn't know
that's what I'm
about
saying.
marriage
This
yet.
is like my first time taking this shit seriously.
About to marriage thing.
No, like after my first thing.
So you've never
I
felt like, okay, topic. Have you ever been in love?
Honestly, I think what my idea of love back then was, I thought I was in
Mhm.
love.
Same.
So like with my idea of what I thought love was, like that's what I was with him. But like then I realized I'm like, wait, that's a fucking love. Like that was
Yeah.
a fucking infatuation
Full
with this.
180.
It's like this guy that didn't even fucking exist. This guy I was
Yeah.
making up in my fucking head. Like
Uh-huh.
this is not even who he was.
Mhm.
Like
that.
when you start seeing people's true fucking colors, you're like, oh shit, like I was making all this shit up, bro. Like this man
Yeah.
treated me like fucking shit, bro.
Garbage.
I was like, damn, I deserve so much. I've been looking at shit now and be like, bro, that's fucking embarrassing. I'm fucking embarrassed for myself.
She said that the best.
But yeah, it's like you're infatuated with this idea of this person that you created. It's not even like someone that's dead ass, like actually like that.
Uh-huh.
And then you'd be like, shit, you're like, wait, there's no fucking way. And then like you keep up with this person, you're like, wait, like you're not
You're
alone.
like,
I
you're a
remember.
fucking scumbag, bro.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, dang, you treat me like shit, bro.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, but I would say after thinking through and like really like, I think why I haven't been on a date or I haven't been in a relationship is because I was fixing my idea and like all the things that I was seeing, but I was like, no, this isn't what a relationship is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like being like that day I had yesterday, like that shit, I was like, that shit really opened my eyes. Like my eyes were already open, but that shit yesterday, like fucking like highlights, like beams.
Don't let it
everything.
blind you though. You know what I mean?
No,
'Cause, like,
obviously
it's
not.
the first one. Like
No, obviously
everybody's
not.
putting up their best face in the first
Yeah,
one.
so that's why. No, okay, that's the thing though. When this other guy that I was with, our first date, it was horrendous from the beginning. So it wasn't like, it's not necessarily always, everyone's always putting on their best
Yeah,
face.
but still, like you.
Obviously,
have,
I'm not gonna be like, just let my guard down and be like, oh no, you're good.
No,
you're good.
no, I know what you mean. But like, you could have, even if it doesn't blossom into like a relationship, you could have a really good friendship with this
Yeah,
person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, sometimes people come into your life where they're meant to be more friends than friends.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
You know.
I think for now, it's just like, we're
My whole
slow.
thing is like tread lightly. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely moving slow. Definitely
Yeah.
moving slow
You
again.
see
No
the trauma
holding
on
hands.
this one?
Mm.
She gonna tread lightly.
Oh, I'm gonna tread extra lightly. I'm gonna tiptoe over that bitch.
She ain't even tiptoeing. She going like this.
I'm putting my
She's
foot in
sliding?
and back out.
Back, testing the water. Oh, test.
No, you
Now
know how
she
many
tiptoe.
times, you know how many
Little
times it
tiptoe.
took him for asking me to hang out before I was like, okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Like even before like I had actually taken
Me?
a picture of his bikes, like before that he was like trying to lay. I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Let us know, man.
About
Do you think you have ever been in love?
at the time, I thought I was in love. I don't think I've ever been in love though. I think it was more of a lesson of heartbreak for me, you know, and to realize not to take nearly that much shit from a man. I went through a lot with him in the 3 years that I was with him. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's kind of like
You're
before.
glowing now. I'll be honest. Before you used to look a little. But you're like glowing from the inside.
Mm-hmm. That sounds so fake. No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it was he was like making me feel like
You're like a light.
I
light
was.
backing you.
Yeah, like if I was like if it was me. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say like I didn't have a part of it, because obviously like I'm crazy, but I feel like a lot of my
I
craziness
wasn't
derived
into it.
from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he made me feel like I was
You had to
going
be.
through that. Uh-huh. Yeah. So with him, it was more of a lot of heartbreak. I was heartbroken all the time, because I was like, no, like he tells me he loves me. He tells me he wants this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
That's
why?
infatuation,
What? Like,
man.
what's wrong with me? You know
Right,
what I mean?
That's
So
infatuation.
now that I look at it, I don't ever think I was really in love with him. I think I just said it too, just to kind of like throw myself into it, because for the longest time I told him like I didn't want a relationship.
Uh-huh.
I told him all the time I was like, I'm young.
Uh-huh.
I'm living life. I got a little glow up, like, let me be. And I didn't want a relationship. And he was like, but why? Like, you have, quote unquote, a good man right here who wants to, who wants to take care of you. And I was like,
No, I was looking at
I know.
I was like looking away and I was like, wait.
But yeah, so a lot of it with him, it was just learning boundaries for me, you know?
Felt.
Felt. Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Okay, Bessie?
I am currently in love.
Okay, eat that up.
Now with the last one, I did say I love you, but I don't think it really came from here.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I did feel like I loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that definitely was not love. And also, I feel like I was used and made to be the bad person a lot in that relationship. And so...
High five.
Reach it. So good.
So that's why, like, and a thing about me is I don't take shit. So 3 years is crazy for me. Okay, 3 years.
3 years is crazy for
Should've-
me
it
because
should've ended
I like
after
to.
the first time.
Yeah, no, I like to think that I'm smarter than that. You know,
I think my thing.
I'm
was
not.
always-
I'm not the brightest bitch there, but like,
No, my thing has always been like. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say.
side note.
It was here.
Side note. Let me intervene. I give advice that I think is really great to other people. For me to completely ignore all these fucking red flags is just insane to me.
But another thing is crazy. Did you even talk to anyone about it during your relationship?
Most of the time, I remember one time I cried to you, but this was more towards like the end, and my was not like one to like. I wouldn't go to her to cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was just so like built up with emotions, and I was like, I think we're done. Like we're broken up, and I let it go. And I kid you not, that was the first day I think she ever hugged me, and I was like, what the heck? And I felt so stupid afterwards because we ended up getting back together, and I was like, dude, like, I feel like I'm a fool for ever letting anybody know like this was happening and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So for the longest time too, I would keep it in. I would probably tell you little things here and there,
but not really.
but I also didn't want the person like to make them look bad. So that's why I would just like keep it all to myself. And at the end of it, you know, I didn't even cry. I didn't feel nothing towards that man. I was so done. Like all my emotions were gone, and I realized, oh my god, like I didn't really love this guy. It was more of like me wanting him to be somebody that I knew he couldn't be, you know? And it was so crazy because people would ask me all the time, and they'd be like, oh, like, you're not even sad? And I was like, no. Because he literally broke me so hard that I was just like,
no.
I have nothing else to lose here. You know what I mean? So that was going on, and then mom and dad asked me, and one day I cried to mom and dad, but more because I felt so stupid and so embarrassed, so embarrassed to like tell my parents that I let this man treat me like that when I should have kicked him to the curb a long time ago. You know what I mean?
What was I say? My like one of my toxic traits I have a lot. Like I'm a very forgiving person. I'm a people pleaser, and not a good thing. But like, my thing is always seeing the best in people. So like, even people show me like 10 fucking bad things, I'ma focus on the one good thing.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, yeah, they did this, they did this, they did this, but
Girls
like,
getting on my socks.
I keep putting my dogs in frame. I'm not trying to.
I'm dead.
but like, I'll be like, but there is this one thing.
You're like, oh, but they bought me flowers that one time, you know?
That's the worst part. Like, I never even got any of that. Like, it was like straight like shit, like fucking treatment. I used to cry to fucking Tori. And I always felt so stupid afterwards because I'd be like, no, we broke up, and then we would end up back together. So, like you said, like, I always felt so stupid because I'm like, like, I just fucking cried to my best friend about it. Like, that's fucking embarrassing. Yeah. And I remember one time I ended up crying to my mom because my mom was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing, I'm fine. And, like, I wasn't going to tell my mom, like, oh, yeah, this is what's going on with, like, my relationship. And she was like, no. She was like, you have to tell. She's like, I could tell there's something wrong with you. Like, tell me what's going on. And I remember that day, like, when she said that, like, I just fucking broke down. Like, I just started fucking crying. And it wasn't even so much that it was, like, that I was like, oh, I need him or I want him. Like, it was just, like,
you yearn for the love.
You're like, I put myself through so much shit to expect something that's in reality never gonna fucking happen. Yeah. And I think after that, I still cried when we, like, officially broke up because it was, like, I was so in love with an idea of someone who wasn't what he, like, I thought he was. And it was always so funny because, like, he would always talk about, like, oh, we're going to get married, we're going to have a family, like, he's like, I love you so much, like, you know, we're going to be together forever. And, like, where it all started going south is when he brought up kids. And I was like, honestly, my plan is not kids. And I was like, if I ever do have a kid, I was like, I want it to be after I finish school. I was like, I want to be well ways into my fucking career before I decide I'm ever going to have a kid. I was like, even if I have a kid, I'd rather adopt than have, like, a kid come out of me. Yeah. And that was his thing. Like, he's like, no, like, I want to have kids now. Like, I want to have a big family. Like, I'm like, honestly, I'm like, I feel... And my thing was always going to school. Like, I was like, I'm like, I don't care what happens. I was like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to school. I was like, my plan is veterinarian. If something else happens, I was like, but this is my plan. Like, I need to go to school. And it wasn't necessarily like, oh, I'm going to go to school to prove I'm something. It's I'm going to go to school to prove to myself that I can and that I will. And that I'm going to make something out of my life because I never really had that example growing up. Like, everyone was always, like, surviving off the last penny. Like, fucking, like, it was her, like, the way I grew up was pretty fucked up. And so, like, I was like, I never want to have to live through that again.
I don't think it's necessarily proving that you have, like, prove that you made something done in your life. I think it's more of completing the goal that you set for yourself.
Yeah,
That's
so
how
for
you
me,
should
like
look at
I
it.
was
You know.
always like, I was like, you know what, I have to do this for me. Like I don't give a fuck what anyone else says, what anyone else thinks. Like I have to do it for me, and that's what recently, like I've been living for everyone my whole life. Like I've been like, is my mom happy with what I'm doing? Is somebody so and so happy with what I'm doing? Is so and so gonna support me if I decide to do this? Is so and so gonna? And I was like, I'm worried about everyone fucking else when in reality nobody's worried about you. Like you worry about everyone, but in the end, like you're there for yourself, and there's a select few around you who are gonna support you in what you're doing for yourself. So like for me, I was like, you know, I need to start living for my fucking self. Like it took me years and years to figure that shit out. Thanks to Hunger of a Year. Cause she was always like, she's like, you're so dumb. She's like,
are you crying?
No, I got something. Like
she's like, you need to start being selfish.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what a lot of people have told me
sometimes,
that.
you know.
No, like the guy, he was like, no, he's like, cause I was talking to him about that stuff. He's like, it's a dog eats dog's world, and he's like, and people are not gonna like care about what you feel, and people are not gonna care about like what you think. And so like, I was like, I'm just fucking living for everyone else.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to start living for myself, man.
You gotta live for yourself.
She's not at that point yet, but she's trying.
I'm really trying.
Now she's more aware of it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Sorry, I got the mosquito bites.
So, off the school topic, back onto the exes. Actually, did we say?
I believe when you said like there's more light in my eyes, because I think for the longest time too it was just like
You look
journey.
drained.
constant, and I was always fighting with him. I was always fighting with him.
Honestly, me too. There
Same.
was times where, there was one time, our 7-year anniversary, I was at your guys' house, we were doing karaoke. If you guys noticed, I kind of disappeared for a minute.
Yeah.
Because this man was blowing up my fucking phone. And so I go to the bathroom, like, fucking embarrassed, because I'm like, bro, this is fucking embarrassing. I'm calling him back, and he's declining my fucking calls. And he's like, why are you calling my phone for? And I was like, what do you mean, what am I calling you for? You call me. And he's like, no, where the fuck are you at? Like, I'm about to pull up. I see your location at this house. Like, I'm about to pull up. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, what? I was like, I literally told you early in the day that I was going to be with my best friend today. I'm with their family. I was like, we're doing this. And he's like, no, like, you're fucking lying to me. Like, you must be with some other guy. Like, I'm going to pull up. I'm like, bro. And I sent him a screenshot of my location from Papa Tori's. I was like, you need anything else? He's like, no, but when I call you, you answer the fucking phone on me. And I'm like, whoa.
Fuck that,
yeah,
dude.
but it was always fucking, like, shit like that. And, like, because I never really wanted to have sexual relations with him. So it was like, oh, you're fucking somebody else. Oh, you don't love me. Like, oh, you don't care about me. And I'm like,
He's trying to guilt trip you.
what? And it wasn't a passion. It was a fucking hatred. I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I fucking, like, Lord, like, what was I doing? And it's like, these people treat you like shit because, one, they feel like shit, or they're trying to make you feel how they feel, or because they're just fucking manipulative. So, like, I think that's their thing. Like, that's how they feel good about themselves. If they can, like, bring somebody down to their level, or if they can make somebody feel like shit about themselves. And that's what this guy was constantly doing to me. Like, he was constantly trying to make me feel like I couldn't do shit with my life. Like, I remember one time he hit me up, and he was like, oh, you don't want to go to school, you don't want to, like, work, you don't want to do this. He's like, he said, what do you bring to the table? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, one, I'm in fucking college. I was like, two, I can run my small business. I was like, I don't need your fucking shit. And like, you think you're the shit now because you got a fucking car? Like, I had my car at fucking 16. I was like, I worked my ass off at 16 to get this fucking car. I was working 42 hours a fucking week while you were doing what? Smoking weed? I was like so
getting
fucking
high in the
funny.
boombastic.
In the boombastic.
So I was like, I was working fucking 42 like hours a week. You were getting mad at me because I couldn't fucking hang out with you because I was working my ass off to get fucking money so I could live like a good life. I was like, I've been doing this shit for you too. Like, I was trying to help you out. And his whole thing was always like, oh no, like, he's like, the man's supposed to be the breadwinner. I'm like, bro, be fucking for real right now.
What bread you in?
You're like, bread
provide.
provider. And I
crazy.
was like, bro. I was like, so you got the car now and you think you're the big shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
She said, been there, done that 4 years ago.
Okay, so now I have another topic.
Wait, I didn't take
Oh, sorry. Go
mine.
ahead. Go ahead, Boo Boo.
So yeah, so she knows we would argue like every day. I would cry every night, dude.
Mm,
Kid you not, every single night I'd be crying.
same here.
And so I remember one time, she doesn't know this, you know this. We were on FaceTime and he was trying to get off, you know? And he was like, oh, like, let me see your boobs. And I was like, no. I straight up was like, no, like, I don't do that shit. I don't send nudes. I don't be doing, no. I don't be doing that.
Right.
Like, no. And then he was like, he got mad. He's like, I have a girlfriend. Why do I have to be looking at porn and shit? He's like, I feel disgusting having to do that. Like, you're my girlfriend. You should be able to do that for me. And I was like, no.
Yeah, when she said that shit, I was like,
No,
where's he at?
that's
Where's he at?
crazy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, where he at? Where he at?
So I was like, no, I didn't.
Watch it.
I did not. But I was like that, like the audacity that he even said that to me in the first place. I was like, so you think I'm a fucking toy? Like,
Was she not pretty? I was like, come on, where's he at? Where's he at?
Freaking dude.
Where is he at?
so I was like,
Drunk
If I ever see
Location.
that boy, you better hope it's not his twin.
I'll knock them both
His twin
out.
wasn't any better though. His twin was not any better. He was with a girl.
I bet he was.
Made things worse too. So his twin like started sleeping with this girl, and like they were a thing, and they were a thing shorter than me and my ex were, right? And so since they were having sex, he thought like it was okay. Like he kept trying to make advances at me, and like in like
His twin?
early on, no him.
Oh, I was gonna say what that.
Then I was like,
How he ended up here?
no. And another thing that made me uncomfortable was like his stepmom bought him like a box of condoms, and I was like, are you shitting me? Like I was so
So
uncomfortable.
you keep the wrapper on it. You ain't gotta take it off.
No, and I was like so uncomfortable. Like, do you get like how fucked up that is? Like, I did not want to go in his room, like ever. Like, and even his stepmom like wasn't okay with me going in his room, but his dad was still like all of a sudden it was okay. And I was like, I don't want to go in there.
You're
I was
like, I'm
basically
good out here,
forced in
man.
his room, and I was like, this is like I
I'll
don't
stay
feel
out here.
comfortable. And that was shitty. And I was like, I didn't even want him to come in my room. So like every time, like you notice how like I asked if you here could come in my room because like I'm comfortable with you here, but I didn't even ask her nothing. I was like, say no. I was like, say no.
You don't
Like-
have questions
I
to say.
swear to God, I hated that boy so much.
And I was like,
I fucking
no.
hated him.
So, yep. So I broke up
I
with him.
still wanna rock his shit.
I do
Let
too.
me catch him one day at
I
school.
do
One
too.
fucker
Nah,
Because-
when I caught his twin at Bridge BC, I was like, here, pass this on to your brother. Hey, I'm gonna beat your ass, but you beat his ass when you get home, okay?
Yeah. And then
Hey, I want to walk up to him and be like, Blink, right? He's gonna be like, yeah. Suck the fuck out of
You're
him.
like, oh, you sure? Yeah.
we don't like him. Anyways, so yeah, that was crazy. And then, ¿qué más? So like later on, you found out this because of so one of his friends was texting her, right? And apparently, my ex had said that I cheated on him, and that's why we broke up. And I was like, isn't that how it went?
think so, or something like that, yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, because I was telling her, I was like,
you know what I would have said? I would have been like, that's fine. You're a villain in someone's story.
No, because I was like, he was telling me all this stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, he said that him and Tori broke up because so and so. I was like, that's not at all what. I was like, I
Yeah.
think that's how it went, man.
at all.
And I was like, this sounds like the opposite of something my bestie would do. So let me clear this story straight.
I broke up with him, and then I got together with someone else. Okay, there's a different story.
Oh yeah, because he was talking about
You're
like,
always a
oh,
villain in
that
someone's story, bro.
that she was dating this other guy while they were together. That he saw them. I was like, what? I was like, hey,
No.
that's not how it went at all.
No.
I was
There's
like,
one thing-
I was like, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but like, let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not a cheater. Never, ever will I fucking cheat. Never. I will break up with you if I start having feelings with someone else. If
You know, I'm gonna be
Uh-huh.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. Okay.
Raise your hand who's ever cheated.
Hold on.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Raise your
No,
hand.
that
if you've
doesn't,
ever-
that's not fair. because-
Raise your hand if you ever cheated.
To be fair,
They weren't relationships.
They're never relationships.
They were never exclusive.
Guys would say like, "Oh, you're
Okay.
cheating on me," but it's like, if you didn't ask me to be your girlfriend or I didn't agree to be your girlfriend, we're not together. I could text whoever I want to text. I could link whoever I want to link.
So have you ever
You're not in
emotionally
charge.
cheated?
Emotionally cheated? What does that
I
mean?
did.
Like just like emotionally
I did.
cheated?
With my ex, with you here. I did.
Oh, emotionally, no. Actually,
I think I would say I did, but not necessarily for like
I
a
think
set person.
I don't think it was so much emotionally cheating as it was like a kind of a comparison. So it wasn't like I wasn't attached to
that's
this
a good
guy.
one. That's a good one.
I wasn't attached. I wouldn't think. I wasn't like
Oh, I
I
would
have
be with this
feelings
person.
for this guy. I would be with this person. But it was still more as a I'm with this guy who's doing this and this and this.
when my guy should be doing
When
this.
this other guy was doing this and this and this
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
like literally less time than what I've been with this guy. And so like in my head that's what it was. It wasn't like oh I'm emotionally attached to this person. It was more of a comparison. Like this guy treated me so good, this guy treated me so fucking ass, and this guy I was with like 2 months, and this guy is like I've been with like a year and a half. So it was like for me it wasn't I wouldn't say emotionally cheating, I would say comparison.
Facts.
But yeah, I've
So-
never cheated. I've just done people how they do me, if that makes sense. But it's never been like if I'm in a relationship, I'll do people how they do me.
Okay.
It's like
I've
if
given
we're
the
talking.
benefit of the doubt.
Now me personally, if I think you're cheating, I'd be like, yeah, you're cut off. You're done for.
Where my Gatorade?
See, and you would think that
I-
would have made me been like, yup, we're done.
See, actually, it might not be emotional cheating because it was more like, so yes, a comparison. Because I wasn't like, oh, I want to go be with you here when I was with my ex. Because no, I never pushed that boundary and I never like,
You
was like,
should have.
Sorry, bestie. Maybe
Even
maybe
if
you should
I'm
have thought about it.
Maybe we should
I
like,
wouldn't
love you
have-
here from the beginning. You know?
Maybe we should have skipped.
Nah, I knew
I
they were
did.
always gonna be together.
I
When they
did.
were fucking
Endgame
passing,
like this.
from when they were passing fucking shit through the damn fence, I was like, yup. That's the
like
one.
this.
Not 3rd grade. No, but I did like he here for a while. But you know how you keep cards in play? You know?
Oh, bestie, trust me, I know.
So, like, he took too long.
Nah, for this
And
man, I
that
would
was
drop
it.
all of them.
And, like, he still kind of holds it against me, though. He holds it against me all the time, unfortunately. But yeah, so, like, it was more of a comparison. I never thought, like, oh, like, I want to go be with him to, like, be with him. Like, no, we were straight friends. Like, nothing more. Nothing like that. But after, I was just like, YOLO. I'm going to go after what I really want, what's better for me.
Fuck it, we ball.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I was always keeping men around that were shady. So, like, I just kind of dropped every fucking one.
But honestly,
Like, everyone was fucking gone.
you learn from what you grow up with.
Yeah. I think my example of a relationship was never good. My mom was with this guy for, like, 9 years. And he was constantly cheating on her. She would stay. And, like, there was even a
Throw the
point where
deuces. Okay.
there was even a point where, like, she started, like, cheating back. And I was like, whoa. I was like, wow, they're not here.
Oh, wow. Say, whir.
And, like, obviously,
Cocoa Puffs.
yeah, and then after she broke up with him, like, it was just, like, a new relationship every week. So it's like, for me, like, growing up, I was never, like,
I've
set.
been through a lot of relationships.
She has.
From the time that I've seen her, I'm like, oh.
No, for me,
Okay,
I was
okay.
never growing up with, like,
yeah, tissue.
yeah, I've never
Well, like-
grown up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pass you the whole tissue box.
Thank you.
Because you keep asking for them.
I need a new box.
Like, I've never grown up with an example of a good relationship. And that's why I'm really grateful for you guys. Because, like, my family doesn't get along. Like, nobody. Like, no, my siblings, my mom, my, like,
We've
nobody.
been through a tussle. Me and this.
Well, yeah, but it's definitely not as bad as the time Caesar
That
stabbed me in the
was, that
stomach
was
with...
pretty rough.
No, Caesar stabbed me in the stomach with a broken broomstick and
Got tired.
convinced my mom that we were playing ninjas. Yeah, and my mom believed him, too. And then one time, my mom beat my ass because she caught Caesar stealing, like, a gift card And so she beat my ass because supposedly Caesar told her that I knew that he had done it. So she beat my ass because I knew and I didn't tell her.
Why would he throw you under for that?
I wasn't even involved.
Why the
bro.
fuck was he even stealing gift cards? You have to activate that shit.
Exactly. He didn't know that though.
Dummy.
Yeah, I got in trouble for a lot of shit that Caesar did. So.
Because I'm the youngest, I take falls for her.
Now she fucking ratted me out today, yesterday.
I don't
Get over it. It's not
volunteer.
even that bad.
BDS, bro. I may want it, but you don't have to say it.
No, I never voluntarily took the fall. I was always just kind of being blamed for everything.
Well, like I said, because I'm the youngest. So when she breaks shit, I can take it.
I don't think I've ever
Nah,
really
it's the
made
middle-
you take the fall for something though.
As the middle child, I got blamed for everything. I also never really got loved as a child, so.
A search for love.
And I think that's why I look for, like, a fatherly love in a lot of relationships. And it's what really fucks me over. 'Cause, like, I'm looking for that I never really had. So, like, with that terrible relationship with my father, I have terrible relationship with men.
What's a healthy What's a healthy toxic?
Healthy toxic? I don't even know. What
Healthy
Like
toxic.
how okay is it to be considered healthy before you get into toxic? What are we talking? Okay, like
Okay,
are we?
hold on that topic, how do y'all feel about location sharing?
That's what I was going to go to.
I did it before, and that made me crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy.
Honestly, I take Troy's location like every 5 minutes.
I don't-
Where's my bestie?
Yeah.
I
With
don't really take
besties, with I be checking. Don't give me your location because I be checking.
No, I won't check it like all the time. I'll just be like, oh, like if I'm gonna text you or something, I'll check your location first. So I'll be like, I'm gonna text my bestie, but I'll make sure like you're either at home or you're here. So if you go see, obviously I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me text my bestie. Like,
Because obviously I'm
Yeah.
at work.
so it's like I'll just check it for that. Like I'll be like, okay, I know where this is. I know where she is. Like I know this is her house. This is Yahir's house. If she's not at these two places, I'm gonna like hesitate off this for a little bit.
That's the thing. Being in such like a toxic relationship for so long, I don't know if it would be healthy for me.
Oh, relationships I can't do
Me
location
to
sharing anymore.
share or have.
Yeah, I can't
Somebody's
do location
location.
sharing with relationships anymore.
I don't
Absolutely
think I can do it.
I think it would become unhealthy for me. Yeah.
With
Because
relationships, I can't
It's
do
really
anymore.
hard not to check it.
Yeah.
When they don't text you, you're like,
where the fuck are you? Yeah.
No.
No.
I remember, yeah, that shit.
You know?
And if I would see that shit live, and like he wasn't responding, I'd be like, "Ooh, you're about to go
I remember one
crazy
time-
me."
I remember one time this fool wasn't answering, and I fucking checked his shit, and it, like he was moving, like going towards his house, and it was like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was like, where the fuck were you?
Like, who?
I felt so crazy, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it wouldn't
That
be
TikTok
healthy.
audio is like, you want to tell me what you did? You want to
Yeah.
tell me who you did?
I feel like it wouldn't be healthy for me to have that
Me
now.
either.
But I also like to think that I'm a healthy queen these days, you know.
I just think I've improved.
Yeah.
No.
No, for real, because I feel like I got improved. Who knows?
No, because that's the problem with me and my boyfriend. Sometimes I wish I had his location, because he's straight up gone. Like, he's our.
Man,
Gone.
So I have
But-
another question.
But the thing is, my boyfriend's a deep sleeper. So I don't know if he's at home or, like, a lot of times he just doesn't check his phone. Because motherfucker doesn't like using his phone. He's not an addict. So I'm just like, where the fuck are you? So that's why sometimes I wish I had his location, but also I feel like it would become an obsessive thing. Like, oh, you're, like, at this place, but you're not answering me? You know?
Mhm.
So I don't think I want to, but at the same time I don't want to.
I don't know.
My mom made a life 360 for us.
Oh, fuck.
That's crazy.
Really?
So,
That's tough.
how often should they text you?
Daily.
Well,
Daily.
obviously, dating.
Realistically, though, how often should they? I mean, we're all adults. We got jobs. We got lives.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. I don't believe in, like, ghosting for hours and then be like, oh, my bad, I was busy. I think, like, if you know you're going to work, be like, hey, I'm going to work. I'm not going to be able to text.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
But I'll be at work and I'll text you.
Different jobs.
Yeah.
Different. Like, you can't be on your phone if if you're working on jet engines, you know?
Yeah.
You can't be on your phone if you're teaching in front of a live class, you know?
Naturally.
So it's like,
Different.
with stuff like that,
It's
you'll be
different.
like, hey, I'm going to work, or hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my family for a couple of hours. We're spending quality family time.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna text you. Don't freak out. Nothing's wrong. I'll text you later when I'm free. And I highly believe in that. Like, texting, like, I'm gonna be busy. I don't believe in, like,
Just
disappearing for fucking hours
Yeah.
and then coming back later and be like, my bad, I was
So
busy.
then, do you believe that their days off, they should text you back to back to back?
I don't think so.
No.
No, because even on your days off, like,
You got shit
again,
to do.
as adults,
Mm.
you got laundry, you got, like, stuff to do, you gotta
Taking
run
a nap.
errands.
So are you saying you need a good morning text for sure? Every day?
Not necessarily,
Not-
because, like,
Are we
I
saying,
know
are we
people
saying
that
we
work,
need
like,
a good night text every day?
No, because there's
Yeah.
people that work night shifts.
Yeah?
I do.
I
Well,
say
if
there's
it's a
people
night
that work
shift-
night shifts, there's people that work early morning
Okay.
shifts, there's people that work
There's-
afternoon shifts. So it's like with stuff like that, you gotta take into consideration. Like, if you're gonna sleep at, like, say, like, because this guy, the guy that he's my friend, and so, like, he goes into work at 11 p.m. Like, I fall asleep after that, so obviously he's not gonna be like, hey, good night.
Is he like a part of night crew or something?
Yeah, he works from 11 to 4. So he doesn't work, like, full shifts.
Oh, he only like has half shifts?
Yeah. So,
Less
He
than
works
5
from-
hours. He leaves before his 5th.
yeah, so he works from 11 to 4, but sometimes they ask him to stay till 7 a.m. So it's
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
so sometimes, like, he won't, like, or if he'll text me, he'll be like, good morning before he goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just to make sure that I wake up to have good morning text. But I also don't feel like it's necessary.
Yeah.
Like, he does it because he wants to. Like, he'll text me at 1:30 on his lunch, on his first break, to tell me, like, good night if I tell him I'm gonna go to sleep. But, like, usually I would wait till him to 4 a.m. And if, like, at 4 a.m. he told me, like, oh, they asked me to stay, then I'd be like, okay, I'm going to sleep good night. But if he was like, okay, I'm off, like, I'd be like, okay. And we would just call, and we would just talk.
Mhm.
And we wouldn't talk for a lot, because, like, obviously he's fucking tired, I'm fucking tired. And, like, most of the time we just end up asleep on the phone.
Yeah. I don't know, though. I feel like I'm such a needy bitch, you know? I think it's tameable. I don't think I necessarily need, like, 100% dedication. But I think I need at least, like, a good morning text. And not so much, like, the good night text. But, like, a good morning text for sure, you know?
But, yeah, like,
It's
I'm
like,
saying,
oh,
like, if they're working night
have a
shifts
good
and
day,
they're
yeah.
going to sleep, like,
Yeah.
at 6 a.m.,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no,
text you good
that's
morning.
different.
They're gonna- yeah, like, sometimes he'll text me good morning at, like, 2 p.m. And I'll be like, well, good afternoon to you, sir.
You know?
But
like,
for him, it's
hey,
morning.
hey, good morning, have a good day. I'll
Yeah.
text you maybe tomorrow, later. Depends. You know?
Okay. For me, it was like
Wow.
he gets up early than me, so I don't want a good morning call. Or
Yeah,
I don't
don't
need-
call me in the morning, man.
I don't need a good morning text, you know,
Nah, I'll get around to the text. The call is like right then and there. That's kind of crazy.
because I hate noises.
Ow.
No,
But,
yeah, any notification, I'd be like, no.
Shut the fuck up.
Immediately, no.
Immediately.
And
no.
so like that's one thing we did say goodnight to each other tonight, but I'm not freaking out. So I feel like it's like I don't need them both. I don't need them, but it is nice to have them.
Mhm.
But I do talk to him like 24/7.
See, but what about mid conversation though? I fucking hate when people don't
No,
answer.
like, if we're
that shit
talking
pisses
and
me
they'll be like,
off.
good night.
No,
I
not
know.
necessarily that. Like, I understand people fall asleep sometimes, you know, but like, I hate mid conversations. Because I want to know what happens. You know what I mean? So if you're telling me, oh, or I'm telling you a story and like, you don't respond back, I'm just like, you know? Or if like you're telling me a story and I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know? Like, I'm,
You're like,
I'm
what
waiting on the,
happened?
I'm
Hello?
waiting on the edge of my seat. And I'm just like, alright. And then like sometimes the next day comes around and they don't fucking continue on. That shit so
Started a whole
pisses
new
me off.
conversation.
And I'm like, no, but I need to know.
You're like, so about yesterday.
Yeah. But like I don't want to bring it up. I don't know. I feel like I maybe 2. No, I'd say at least like 3 times out of the week I have to have like full conversation with you. I feel like that's
I feel
that's
like,
getting to know someone and dating someone. You know, if you don't talk more than 3 times a week, like full conversations, that's kind of weird to me.
I feel like sometimes it's like that's nice, but I feel like sometimes it's also nice to just have like one, like not like full catch up session, maybe like have like 2 conversations, like one middle week and then the end.
But
week.
let's
And
be
it's not,
honest.
like,
Like
catch-up
let's say you're having a conversation roughly every week, is that really dating, or are you
Not
guys
like
just two
every
people?
week. Like, it's like
Twice a week.
for me, it's like the guy that I'm talking to right now. He works from 6 p.m. to 12. Again, it's not full shifts, but like I'll understand if he's like he gets off of work and he's like no, like I'm really sleep. So it's like I'm like, you know, that's fine. But most of the times he'll stay up. He'll like ride his bike because like that's. So the thing about him is he has lupus. So it's like for him, he's always like, you know what? He's like, I live my life in the present. He's like, I'm not promised tomorrow. He's like, there's nothing that promises me tomorrow. So his thing is like, he'll get off work, he'll ride his bike, and like that's his adrenaline. Like that's his like, that's his thing that helps him like go like keep going.
His vice.
Yeah. So like he'll ride his bike at night, and like I like my thing is always like just be safe. Like I always tell him too. Like he's like, you know, it's nice, stay here. So that's always my thing. Like he'll be like, I'm riding my bike. I'll just be like, be safe. Like I'm not gonna be like, no, don't stop riding your bike. Like I don't want you to get hurt. I'll just be like, be safe. Like
I need you to just text me at every stoplight.
I just be like, be safe, make smart
Yeah.
decisions, and like that's my thing to tell him. Like I'm not like, no, stop riding your bikes. I don't want you to ride bikes because like if we're talking, you can't ride your bike anymore. Like I'm not gonna like try to change him or change like what like makes him happy just because like I'm scared for him. Yeah, I'm scared for him. I'm gonna be worried. I'm like, you know, just be safe. Like take him when you're home, and I'll tell him that. But I'm not gonna be like, stop riding your bike now.
Yeah.
So like that, he'll ride till like 3-4 in the morning. So like at that point, I'm already fucking tired. I'm already in fucking bed.
Yeah.
So you know, I'll text him. I'll be like, hey, you know, like I'm really tired. Good night. I'm gonna sleep. And he'll text me good night. But obviously, I won't see it till I wake up in the morning because like he texts me good night when he's like done. Like he doesn't ride and be on his phone. So like he only do it when he's at stops. Like they'll stop like at a gas station. They'll stop like somewhere like. So he'll text me at stops. So like right now he's not answering. I'm like he's either riding his bike. No, he's definitely riding his bike. He's definitely not asleep. So like, and then he'll text me like, sorry, I was riding my bike, and I'm just like, yeah, I already knew that.
But like, question. Okay, you said 2 times a week. 2 times a week, I feel is still very little for a working relationship. Like you're avidly working to become something.
Well, I'd say like 2 times a week and maybe a hangout, not like just on the phone. Like maybe like obviously for you guys it's a little harder because it's like
but like
long
listen. Let's say this is my thing. So this is where I get confused because I'm just like, am I just a needy bitch or like what's the deal? You know, because 2 times a week you're set on, oh, I'm gonna talk to them usually Fridays and Sundays because that's their days off, right? And that's when they have the most time to be able to like have a full conversation. Are you have something big going on, like big news, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't wait till Friday. It's barely Wednesday. I can't wait till Friday to tell so-and-so what happened. Really?
No.
Like, is that how you feel? Because big news for me, I'm like, I'm going to tell everybody.
No,
I'm going to tell everybody right then and there.
No, if it's
you know?
big news, like, I understand, like, maybe you don't...
Big news could be, I fucking hit 85. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay,
but
you
like,
see.
But like, it was like an adrenaline rush. Like, it's really big. Like, I've never
like for you,
done
if it's
that.
like
You know what I
something
mean?
monumental, it's like you feel like it's like you need to tell them. Like I understand it and be like, hey, like look, guess what I did, and then like have a conversation based on that. But I think like full blown like conversation of like how have you been, what are you up to, like 2 times a week, and then like a hangout. So it's just like us, like we text every day. Like don't get me wrong, we're having conversations every day. Obviously not full conversations because I'm working to that spouse when he's like going to sleep and then he's waking up. I'm like heading to fucking bed. And so it's like it's very opposite schedules that we're on. So like today we were at the park. Oh, yesterday we were at the park. He was like sleepy because he hadn't really slept. And so like he was sleepy. I was like wide awake because I had taken a fucking. I fell asleep in the morning and then I took a fucking nap because I was like I'm so fucking tired and I went back to sleep. And so it's like for that it's like.
Y'all, these mosquitoes really got me. It fucking hurts. Okay. Ooh. Anyways, continue on. I'm sorry.
So it's like, for that, like, and then we had that hangout yesterday. So I feel like that combined with the texting, like, it just makes, like, if you're really working towards a relationship, I would say, like, at least every week try to, like, find a way to hang out. Even if it's not, like, 2-3 hours, like even if you're together for 30 minutes and you all are talking or just hanging out or just like doing something small, like going to the park, gonna get ice cream, gonna get something to eat, like that stuff like that, I feel like is what really builds up to relationship. Like if you're doing small things.
So what about take into like consideration towards your relationship? Like what about her situation?
Well, it's like right now that he's here, you're like taking in the time. That
No,
you
like when he's gone.
Well, when he's gone, like.
Do you think they should talk more? Or?
I think to get to talk when they have the opportunity to talk. Like I don't feel like, and I feel like when they do talk, like it's their time. Like they don't like really interrupt it for other people, or they like. So I feel like it's their time to talk. They're talking like it's their thing. So I feel like you talk when you have the opportunity to, and even if you don't have the opportunity to talk, you will try to find a way to talk to them. So it's like, even if you say like, oh, I don't have time, like I was so busy today, you still have that time. Like even if it's like a quick phone call, let's just say like, hey, how are you doing? Like how's your day? And that doesn't like, it doesn't have to be like a full blown like hour, 2 hour long conversation. Just like, hey, how you doing? Are you doing good? Like just checking up on you, and that could be it. But as long as you're getting that contact.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it just depends on the dynamic of the two people, how much time you have and how much time you're willing to make. Because you could have all the time in the world and you won't be willing to give it to that person. Or you could have no time in the world and you'd be willing to make the time for that person. So it's like, if you're not willing to, it's like, if you're not willing to, it's never gonna work.
Yeah.
Like regardless of anything, if you're not willing to make it work, it's not gonna work.
I think it also depends on the person you are. So, like, with me and you here, I feel like our conversations get hella repetitive when we're far apart. Because his days were always the same. It would always be the same questions like, what you eat? What you do in school? Classified. You can't talk about much. And also, like, he's just a very closed off person, so he's not going out. He's not doing much.
Yeah.
So, there's that. And then...
What were you doing today? Classified.
And then there's, like, me, where my days were, like, hectic, and then I didn't want to feel like the only person talking, and then, like, I feel like when we started talking, it was, like, 5 minutes. It was a quick rundown. Like, days were repetitive. It was the same thing I did yesterday. So, that was a big problem with us, like, constantly talking every day, is not having anything to talk about. Because we already dived so much deeper into each other in the past year, you know? So...
What's your favorite color? What's your nipple color?
What color are you wearing now?
Is it bubblegum pink? I'm fucking dead. I hate this.
So that was like a problem. So a lot of times we'd call and it was just, we were like, you know, we're not going to fucking talk. We're just going to sit here and enjoy each other's presence and that's all we needed. We didn't have to have those full blown on conversations. And every now and then we did have like we would say something fucking dumb as hell and we would both just start laughing for the next 5 minutes. And I think that's just like a different connection we have.
What you got up
like,
in there?
I don't
what
have
you got
to.
up in there?
My drugs?
Can I have some?
No, sorry. I'll share.
I didn't have to have a full conversation with him.
When I get the bricky,
Like
you
the
like,
glasses.
I'm dead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm listening to you.
So I had to have full blown conversations with him. So a lot of times we'd be on the phone for hours, but it would just be us sitting there. I would be crocheting, he'd be gaming, like doing laundry, falling asleep.
And just be like,
Be staring at him.
I told you this shit.
And even then, like now that we're in person, we're not constantly like, talking to each other. We're just like cuddling, enjoying each other's presence, fucking knocking the fuck out because we're both fucking tired.
Come on, you don't do nothing.
And then
You
I
ready to
also
go to
get
the gym.
shut up. And then I also hate like I hate going out everywhere. I don't like driving. I also hate going to this house, low key, cause it's so like.
That man swung on me.
That was a big mistake I made in my last relationship.
What?
And I don't want you to go down the same path. What was it? Because I told
You
him
said
early
no,
on.
like it's not all
I'm very much a homebody.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's sometimes when I want to go out and there's other times when I'm like, just want to go home and lay in my bed. But I told him early on because first I didn't want like him spending very much money. Myself, like, I could spend money and not really give a fuck. Which now, like, boyfriends are expensive. But he took that as, like, me not wanting to go out all the time as me not wanting to go out ever.
Yeah.
And that was really rough because, you know, sometimes you want to feel good about yourself and you want to get dressed up and go out to eat and have a nice little dinner, and that was, I feel like that was robbed from me.
Completely.
And he'd be like, oh, but like we're spending time together, we're here, we're watching a movie.
She doesn't like
movies.
She does not like movies.
And when we were watching movies, it meant one or two things. I'm not going to inform you on the one, but I'll inform you on the second one, and it's like, he's falling asleep. And like, what quality time is him being asleep and me not? You know? You could say, yeah, you're right next to me, you're laying down, but like, sometimes I want to fucking talk about nothing. I want to talk about how the fucking, that star twinkled more than that one, you know?
I was talking about the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. You know?
I hate
And that's one of the things, oh my god. I was just fucking telling that in the fucking...
Y'all, this
Nah, I would fucking...
It's all over the place.
I would text him right now. Because the entire time we were at Vegas, I was like, I fucking hate popcorn ceilings. Like, we get it.
He has a popcorn ceiling.
My god, I don't know why those irritate me. I don't know why. Anyways,
So
but like,
prickly.
some people could constitute as, oh, you're laying next to me, you're around in the same vicinity, like, this is quality time.
No.
But
Absolutely
to me, like,
not.
that was not quality time. That's just me fucking being bored out of my mind and you being right next to me, you know?
Because
She
she
don't
by
sleep.
myself.
She can't
And-
sleep like this lot. She's
Uh-huh.
not like me and Mom, where we just knock out and...
No, but I can sleep. I can sleep. I just don't think I was comfortable around him sleeping.
I would
Because
bet
when-
on saying I went for a
because-
ride drop from one.
Because when Tori does her shit on her computer, I'll be like, alright, I'm just gonna lay down right here and go to sleep for a little bit. And I'm fucking out like a light, you know? But I really, like, when we were together, I kid you not, I probably fell asleep like a good 2 times.
3 years, 2 times.
3 years, 2 times next to him. Just because, like, I wasn't, like, tired or
I'd
nothing.
knock out every day.
And I would be right there and I would try to fall asleep, and if I did, it's like 2 minutes and I'm up, you know? Like, that's almost pissing. You know what I mean? But, like, that's one thing I hate. So, like, what... I don't know where mine are. Like, what constitutes as quality time for me? You know?
My like biggest fucking pet peeve like ever was when he was handsy in public.
Oh, God, no.
Like, I remember one time I had gone to Walgreens because I needed to pick something up. And this man fucking grabs my ass, like, middle of the store. I was
You know how many customers I fucking caught, like, in my store? You know how many customers I've caught fucking being so handsy?
No,
And I'm
but
like,
it was
bro.
fucking embarrassing, bro. I was like, get your hand off of me. He's like, why? Like, you're my girlfriend? I was like, I don't fucking care. I was like, you don't do that shit in fucking public. That's fucking embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'll hold your hand in public, but do not grab my fucking ass in public, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If we're completely dead, like, ain't nobody for miles, and we know we're the only people in the store minus the fucking cashier, a little ass slap ain't gonna hurt. You know what I
No,
mean?
but there were like hella people around. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
this
that's
fucking
crazy.
embarrassing.
Going like, hey, that gripping is crazy.
Yeah, crazy. No,
I like a little ass slap, but not all the time either. Very random, very scarce.
I'll be smacking all y'all's asses. Come here,
Yo, when
buddy.
Tori's laying down, I'll be like,
Oh, she does. That should low key jiggle.
I hit her ass all the time.
when she's laying down,
Does-
I'll just like walk up behind her and boom.
It's just, it's there.
It's so.
No,
So jiggly.
He like barely likes holding my hand in public. He's not a super like PDA person, but he's also never been, and like I'm okay with that too. Like
Fuck no, dude.
now he holds my hand in public.
I felt
But-
crazy when mine wasn't holding mine out. Because I felt like we were just so stiff walking next to each other.
No,
You
like with this guy, because like we were walking next to each other, I was walking like this.
Yeah, like it's so awkward.
I was
It's so
I was
awkward.
dead ass like this. I was like,
I don't think there's nothing wrong with holding hands in public. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time. But like for the majority of time, I like holding hands.
Kissing's also like a no go.
I don't like kissing
God.
in public.
When a
Especially in
man-
front of people.
When a man opens the door and like slowly like grabs the back and is like leading you in. Gosh darn it, you got me.
I'll do it.
Yep.
But that's not bad. That's not bad.
You know what I mean?
That's
No,
like
that
a
shit
gentle
be like,
guy.
oh, just wait till we get home. Wait till we get home.
She said, because I remember that.
Y'all feeding.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Like a little like, I'll move you this way.
Like a
'cause
gentle,
we're
yeah.
moving this way.
No,
You know what I
they,
mean?
like they like.
Or when
hand
you're like
waist and
walking.
it's like, I'll be like, oh no.
Or like if you're walking and they're trying to direct you like someone
Yeah,
that's
like
just
that. Oh, like direct me into your drawers.
I'll come with your partner.
Direct me into your house.
Let's go.
Direct
You know what? I don't
me into
even-
the bed.
I'm not even hungry no more. Let's go back home.
No, I'm always hungry. I need to eat first. Yeah, no.
If a man can't see me eat, I don't want him.
No, because I was like, low-key, I was like eating in front of him, and I was like,
Stretching their shits out, my boy.
I'm not stretching them out.
Yes.
and I was like, nah, man, I'm about
Like
to fuck
that.
this shit up.
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry.
I was like, I'm about to fuck this shit up, bro. Nah, I ain't fuck that shit up.
He's never let me live down. This one time I burped really bad in front of him. Never lived it
No,
down.
burping is different. You don't gotta burp.
Okay, we
I'm
were in
sorry.
a car, it was just me and him, and it just came out. It wasn't like a.
Sometimes it's not planned. You're not like, let me burp. This is just like,
Yeah.
you're just sitting there and it's like,
That shit was red shit, bro. But like it was loud.
What y'all eating? Like, you actually burping like that?
eat it and drink it.
Then carbonated shit. And I burped, and
That
he's like,
McDonald's
damn!
fries?
And I was like, I was so embarrassed.
That McDonald's price will really do it to you.
McDonald's fries go crazy. That shit busting.
Listen. Anyways, and then every now and then, like, I'm like a comfortable burper, so I'll burp in front of. If it's just me and him, I don't be doing that shit like all the time, like in public. No, that's disrespectful. But I do burp in front of him, and I don't really care. But like ever since then, he's like, oh, it's not as bad as that one time. I'll be like.
I'll be like, you know what, you're done.
She said, let me make a new one for you.
She's like, watch this.
It ain't that funny. It ain't,
Girl.
you know.
Anyways, so what y'all saying is this whole time I thought I was in a healing process, I'm just still as toxic as I was before.
I don't think it's necessarily toxic. Cause
So, I thought I was healing.
Toxic queen, hit me up. Just kidding.
Do not
I'm
take
not
her.
single these days.
single. No, but
Yeah, I don't think any.
I don't think.
I can't see the red flags.
I can see them blind. At
Okay.
that point, I think we were all blind at one point.
Unfortunate.
I may still be blind.
Please.
Fuck it, we ball. You live and you learn.
Mm-mm. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Unfortunately, I lived a lot before I learned.
Oh,
I live, learn. I learn, live.
I live, learn.
that's tough.
There's probably a little more lives in there.
Live, laugh, live.
Live, learn.
A lot of editing that's gonna go on.
I don't wanna. I guess she has to.
There's definitely some parts that have to be cut out.
Definitely with y'all.
Definitely.
I've
that
gone
end.
through
The whole
3
time.
outfit changes.
Especially that whole end right there. That was a little bit of me throwing up. I'm gonna need to cut that out.
We would need to cut that out.
Cut it. All right. So say your name,
Alexis.
Emmy.
Victoria, and y'all just watched a
Hit it with the intro. Boom.
outro.
Hit it with the outro. Boom. Now we got something crazy, bro.